Leaving Leh, the road still feels close to town. Army camps, roadside tea stalls, a steady flow of traffic heading in and out. This is the practical edge of Leh. Not yet remote, not yet quiet. A few kilometers out, the landscape opens slightly and the road straightens. And then you pass one of Ladakh's small curiosities, Magnetic Hill. This is the spot where people stop their vehicles, put them in neutral, and watch them appear to roll uphill. Of course, there's no magnetism involved. It's a visual illusion. The surrounding slopes tilt your sense of level, and the road tricks your eye. It's a reminder that out here, even simple things don't always behave the way you expect. Once past Magnetic Hill, the traffic thins. The road feels less like a road out of a town and more like a route into open country. The mountains pull back, the valley widens, and only then does the Indus begin to appear, first in glimpses, then running alongside the road, wide, pale green, moving slowly through the valley floor. From this point on, the ride changes character. You're no longer just leaving Leh, you're entering the Indus Valley itself, a corridor that has carried people, goods, and ideas through this region for centuries. The illusion at Magnetic Hill fades quickly, but what follows is real space, history, and a road that gently carries you west, deeper into Ladakh. By the time you reach Alchi, the ride has slowed you down. There's no dramatic climb, no sudden viewpoint, no sense of arrival announced by altitude. The road simply brings you into a village, fields, houses, narrow lanes, and the monastery is already there, almost blending in. This is your first clue that Alchi is different. Unlike most monasteries in Ladakh, Alchi Monastery is not built on a hilltop. It doesn't dominate the landscape. It doesn't watch over the valley. It sits at ground level, surrounded by ordinary village life. Historically, that matters. Alchi dates to around the 10th or early 11th century, a period when Buddhism in this region was still forming, and when Ladakh was culturally closer to Kashmir and Central Asia than to central Tibet. This was not a time of large monastic estates or political monasteries. Alchi was a place of learning, translation, and preservation, not defense. Once you step inside the temple complex, that early origin becomes unmistakable. The paintings here are among the oldest surviving Buddhist murals in the entire Himalayan region, and they don't look like the Tibetan monastery art most people expect. The figures are finely drawn with delicate facial expressions. The clothing reflects Central Asian and Kashmiri styles. The compositions feel closer to Indian and Silk Road traditions than to later Tibetan iconography. Some inscriptions are in Sanskrit, others are in early Tibetan script. This tells you exactly what Alchi was, a crossroads of ideas, at a moment when Buddhism was still traveling, changing, and taking root. What makes Alchi especially rare is that it was never rebuilt. Many monasteries in Ladakh were destroyed, renovated, or modernized over the centuries. Alchi survived, precisely because it wasn't politically important. No army targeted it. No ruler invested in rebuilding it. So what you see here is not a reconstruction, it's continuity. Outside the temple walls, village life continues quietly. Fields are worked, children pass by. There's no separation between monastery and village. And that feels intentional. Alchi doesn't ask to be admired from a distance. It asks you to step inside, slow down, and look closely. After riding through the Indus Valley, a route shaped by movement, trade, and travel, Alchi feels like a pause point, a place that absorbs centuries of passing traffic and quietly held on to what mattered. No spectacle, no altitude, just depth. After a long look at the wall paintings, we stepped back outside, climbed onto our rented Royal Enfields, and started the ride back to Leh.